All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Fast and Slow podcast, episode number 9. One more to 10, my friend.
Yeah,
We're getting
it's going
there.
fast.
It is. And I think by the time people see this, my YouTube editing skills have greatly increased. So,
Even only in like nearly 10 episodes, there's a lot that's changed.
yeah, I'm excited. I hope, as more people start to listen, they enjoy this type of stuff. Um, Yeah, this is one of those episodes I think, you texted me and were like, "Do you have time to record?" And I was in the garage working on this. So it's like perfect, just kind of a perfect theme, if you will, of kind of like what we thought this podcast would be, in the
And
garage working on cars.
the it was sorry, it was last minute. The We're obviously been dealing with sick kids, and so that's gotten better. But hopefully, who knows for how long before the next one catches it or something like that. So
Hmm.
I was like, you know what? They both are in bed and asleep. I'm not gonna, which has not been the case the last few nights. So
Oh,
I was
man.
like, now or never. And then I've got more travel coming up, so
Yeah.
uh, get her
Yeah, it's only
done.
going to get busier, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, especially for you.
Yeah, we are today's date, the 10th. So 6 weeks away from moving. Getting there. I got to
Yeah.
see the house yesterday. Flew up to St. Louis and so I measured the garage. Our realtor said that it was like almost like right at 19 feet deep. And so I took a tape and I remeasured, and she admitted to like she kind of did it too quickly. But it's
Yeah.
20 feet. It's 20 feet deep.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah. So my thought is, I will keep the truck in the driveway. But if a storm comes, I will just shift all the vehicles to the right and then pull
Yeah.
the truck in. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm super excited to organize. Dude, I am out of skinny thoughts. I'm working on this thing and just like, oh, skip a meal because as you can see, like there's not much space, and
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of work on this side of the car, and it's just a pain
Yeah.
in the ass.
And that thing's got some long doors too. You can't just like casually open a door.
They weigh, dude, it's somewhere like 50 plus pounds, I think. I don't
I
quote me on
believe
it, but
that.
it's so freaking heavy. It's insane. So
That was one of the first things I noticed when I think I rode in your car the first time was like you gotta watch yourself in a parking lot with
yeah,
one of these. Not that you probably park in a parking lot anymore, but
no.
next to other cars anyway. I was like,
Yeah,
dang.
there's one of those garage shows on like the Power Block shows, and
Yeah.
they did a second gen, I want to say it was like a 72. Uh Basically they converted a car from a really nice turnkey to straight time attack track car.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and it's on YouTube, so it's like 3 hours, but they on YouTube they put all the episodes they did to work on it into one
Yeah.
YouTube show. Or
Really?
yeah, so I watched it all the way through. I was like, hell yeah, dude, this is exactly what I'm
Yeah.
trying to do.
I
Um,
found myself going back and watching a lot of those old ones. Once I found some of them on YouTube,
yeah.
um, like it was on horsepower, the Power Block Horsepower TV, but like
Hmm.
Stacey
Yeah.
Davidson and trucks and
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, all those, dude. That yeah,
But
nostalgia.
surprisingly, this is actually like a new episode they just put on YouTube. So
Oh,
they're still
really?
making them. Hmm.
Oh, sweet.
But the point of the story is they basically made their own carbon fiber doors, and it was looked like a bitch. I'm not doing that,
Yeah,
but I mean,
I've
I forget how
wondered.
much it's so much weight.
Yeah, I've wondered with somebody. It's been a while, but somebody, a metal shaper I follow, like a pretty late model Lotus came into their shop again, and it was all it might have been carbon fiber or fiberglass, one of those, not steel or aluminum.
Hmm.
And it was cool to watch because they metal shaped the mold. So it was
That's
all about like normally the outside of the panel is you prioritize it being smooth and as flawless as possible. So it was a total twist to watch somebody make a panel, but prioritize the inside being as smooth as possible.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense if you're gonna use that as your template to
Yeah.
put
And
the carbon
I don't know if
fiber in.
that's probably the best way to make. I guess if all you had was a wrecked panel, then you really have nothing to make a mold off of. So,
Hmm.
but it was cool to see. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not sure. Yeah, I think there's a lot more involved than probably most people think with fiberglass and
yeah.
carbon fiber.
There's a company, now I'm gonna butcher the name. I think it's Anvil Automotive, but they specialize in like muscle car carbon fiber body panels.
Hmm.
And if you wanted to, you could spend like $50,000 on carbon fiber for this specific car. They have everything you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's so expensive. Like,
Yeah. Well, if I end up with a lull in projects, I know somebody that might take a crack at aluminum doors for you.
hey.
I'd
I'll
want to
take you
see
up
you
on
get
that.
some door bars down the side of that thing though for your roll cage before that happens.
100%. Yeah, it's there's a couple steps in between now and then.
I've thought
But
about that too with like a pretty I wouldn't say a popular metal shaping project, but one that's probably most accessible to people is like deleting sunroofs and things like that, or
mhm,
aluminum inserts to sunroofs or moonroofs or what have you
yeah.
for stuff like that. I've thought about that too. Like, oh, that'd be cool. Like back when I had the Saab, I was like, oh, that'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting
Yeah.
project to like delete the or filler panel for the moonroof. But
Mhm, yeah. Well, I got to talk about what I'm doing. Like
yeah, I
it's
interrupted you, so it's the least we could do.
it's real time, man. So, last episode we talked the the steering column, which did I show it last time? Like the actual column itself?
I'll be honest, you may have, but I didn't see
We'll do it again.
it. My computer freaked.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Dude,
There it
so
is.
this
Yeah.
guy is the old steering column. And I don't remember showing it because this is what I was talking about. I was trying to paint a picture, but
Yeah.
basically there's like a retainer ring
Yeah.
that's held down by a spring. All that shit broke because it's old plastic. And I was
Sure.
like, I could rebuild this. I could buy a new one for a few $100. Uh, but I'm not going to do that. So I bought a Motion Raceworks column. Uh, the thing is, it's so sweet, dude. Like,
Did it come with a hat?
I bought a hat.
Nice.
It was discounted. It was like $20 instead of like 35 or something. But
Yeah.
you know, brand recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
Oh, I
rep.
mean, what car guy doesn't love like the stickers and all that crap that come with?
Yeah. And like this
Yeah.
is such a
It looks like
flex.
a nice hat. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and
It
just
looks
the
like a
Motion
really nice hat.
Raceworks flex of like uh, there's it's just the quality is insane.
Yeah.
Uh and it went in perfect. Like the only thing I have to do is I was waiting on the steering wheel, which got this bad boy.
That's awesome. Good choice.
Yeah, dude, I think
That
it's
looks
good.
Oh, so that looks really racy. I'm just looking at the coupler on the back and the
Yeah, so this is the Motion Raceworks coupler that comes with it, and they have like a proprietary, kind of hard to see, but like it's
yeah,
not a
the
spline, it's a shape.
yeah, okay, key
Key, yeah,
for
that's a
lack
better
of a
way to
better
say it.
word, I guess. Yeah.
Yep. Uh, it's like 400 grams lighter than my old steering wheel, which, I mean, it's rotating mass, so it's something
Sure.
to,
Yeah.
to, uh, but I was waiting for that because the steering column, it spins freely on the first U joint. And
Hmm.
basically, once you get the wheels set up and straight and the tires straight, then you drill a hole through the steering shaft to lock it into place
Oh,
so that you're not fighting teeth of a spline to,
yeah.
it's not quite straight, So
Yeah.
yeah, so right now it just spins freely. And I was waiting on the wheel to get here so that I could clock it, mark
Yeah.
it, and then take it out one more time and drill the hole and finish it up. And then, like we talked about last time, I It's like, how do I start the thing? I forgot that the key is in the steering column itself. So I just finished the push button start. I'll send you a video after this, and I'll probably put it in
Oh, it's
the
working now?
finish. So it I didn't start it up because I it's late, but everything's wired. The
Yeah.
starter turns, and so I'm gonna send this one back and get a two accessory switch version. Right now, it's just the master push button and then an accessory switch. And so what
Right.
I did was wire the HEI coil to that switch so that I can have master power on and then independently shut off the coil so that there's not power to that all the
Okay.
time. So I can
Yeah.
run like cooling fans and radio and gauges, all that stuff independently from the coil.
Yeah.
So I just ran a basic toggle switch right now just to get me through the weekend for that third circuit.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I got it from Joe's Racing. It's Joe's something. I think it's Joe's Racing is the brand.
Okay.
Just super nice switch. It's waterproof wiring and just quality piece, and it fits
Nice.
perfectly in. So this is the old cigarette lighter or cigarette
Nice.
ashtray.
Yeah.
It's perfect width. And so I took it out
Nice.
and then drilled two holes, and it's right by your knee.
Hmm.
Um, so my buddy's coming over tomorrow to kind of help me make sure I got everything squared away with the clocking it right and
So your
having
did you already say your turn signals and your brights and lights are
well, the lights are on a separate
you're gonna be
circuit.
hand signal?
Yeah. The lights are on a separate circuit and I still have that switch. So I have headlights and that's the brakes and all that. That's on its own circuit. I don't have a
Yeah.
backup lights. I never did. They're just not wired, I guess. I don't
Sure.
I don't know. That was like high school thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing it. Uh
Well, backwards, are we? No, we don't need
yeah,
those.
yeah, that's fine. But yeah, basically I gave up turn signals. Um but the harness is still under there. So if I wanted to do some sort of custom, you know.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, like yeah, I'll drive it on the road a little bit and maybe I'll drive it more
Yeah.
when the temperature cools down, but
Yeah.
I'm not in I'm typically not in a situation where like it's life or death that
Turn
I have.
signals are a must
Yeah.
have.
And so I can do the
You know,
whole thing,
yeah. You could yeah, otherwise you're looking at push buttons. You could do like a motorcycle style that, but 100% you're going to forget to turn them off and be that guy driving down the
Yeah.
road with the turn signal on.
Well, that's already how it was because I had the quick release hub that was just kind of a piece of garbage. But because I took everything apart, it took the like detent that turns the turn
Yeah.
signal off. So I'd do that. I'd be driving down the road 10 minutes and I'm like, oh,
Be like, I've been driving straight for the last 25 minutes. My
yeah.
turn
Because
signal.
I have new gauges and stuff. Like the new everything in the dash is new. So I don't have the like turn signal lights, the indicator lights to tell me that the turn signal's on.
Oh no.
So
Oh, so yeah.
all I have is that old school like click, click,
And
click.
it's probably worn out. It's not even,
Yeah, so I mean if I'm going 60 miles an hour, windows down with
yeah.
this thing, it's
It's probably
just
just the sound of the relay clicking on and off. It's not even the actual
yeah.
clicker. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but it's not loud enough to remind me that it's on. So
Right.
it's a race car now.
Yeah. You're getting there. You're getting there quick.
Dude, I mean, I if you'd have asked me when I was in junior high, grade school, like would you have a Sparko steering wheel and a push button start and a car with harnesses and a roll bar? I'd have been like, man, like you made it. There's like
Yeah, you're there.
that's it.
What more could you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
There is something
yeah,
about that. Like you never, I don't care who you are. Like I guess a lot of modern cars now have the push button start, but well, obviously when we were growing up and just getting into cars, that was strictly race car stuff right there.
Yeah, and it's got one of the like the red, cover
Oh,
for
the
the
yeah,
top.
the
Yeah,
safety
so
cover,
yeah.
whatever. Nice.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah, yeah,
that's
getting
style points right there.
yeah. Yeah, Sunday's my last autocross event here. I decided to go, um,
Nice.
despite it being our anniversary on Saturday.
I
I'm
mean,
just
if she signed off on it,
yeah. I'm burning a little bit of capital, but it's my last event. If I had like if we were here for another year.
you say, honey, there's going to be more anniversaries. All right, this is my
Yeah.
last event in this region.
Yeah. So, but it's good. Real quick before we shift to whatever you're doing. So I talked about my race ramp fiasco last time.
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
remember that?
yeah.
Guess what? They are sending me a brand new set of race ramps.
Are you serious?
Swear to God. It's going to be here tomorrow.
That's incredible.
I was
Even
speechless, dude.
after you disclosed that it was your own screw up.
100%. I was like, I didn't hide anything. I was like, I'm an idiot. What can you do I will do, I meet me halfway. Like what are my options basically?
Yeah,
And
and they totally could have said no. Sorry. Like,
yeah, dude,
well,
honestly, they're
you mentioned that there might be some like blems or something like that that they could give you discounted or.
well, they were trying to give me a like single, they have sometimes they'll offset manufacturing and they'll have like an odd,
Oh, yeah.
just one. And they're just going to send me one because that I really only have one that was like totally destroyed. The other one was semi okay.
Huh.
Uh, but that didn't turn out. And I was like, okay, just let me know if there's anything else. And like
Yeah.
a week went by and I didn't hear anything. I reached back out. I'm like, hey, just following up. Like, I'll shut up if this thing's over.
Yeah.
And yesterday I got a shipping notification with a bill that said zero everything, all the way down. And I emailed Christina at Race Ramps, and she was like, "Yep, my sales manager said we're going to send you a new set of ramps."
Dang. That's wild.
I honestly, man, they're people that race. Like the company is like they use their products, so
Yeah.
that's what you get, man. Like, and they're expensive, and you get what you pay for on all fronts: customer service, the piece of the the ramps themselves. Like, yeah. So I'm speechless on that whole thing.
Nice. This is the point where you got to switch your hats.
Oh yeah, damn it.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know if they have apparel. I'm gonna say I'll have to buy.
well, surely they do. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I honestly, not to, I don't want to get too mushy about manufacturers, but just shouting out, I guess, the good ones. That's how I thought with Benpack. I
Yeah.
called probably a handful of times. Like, obviously, measured twice, cut once. I didn't just measure 100 times. I called them at least 3 times before I actually pulled the trigger,
Hmm.
just to make sure I had all my ducks in a row and I didn't forget anything, or
Yeah.
that the accessories I had in mind made sense, which they didn't actually. So they like walked me through that. And the
Hmm.
guy, car guy himself, super easy to talk to. And then because of that, I ended up calling. I didn't just buy it online. I called him back and placed the order with him, and hopefully he
Hmm.
got commission out of it. But
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, that kind of treatment is not very frequent.
No, it's not. Uh, Blueprint Engines, same way, which I talked about that before. But yeah, so they're coming on Friday, which is perfect because I got the event on Sunday. So I will
Don't screw it up this time.
chalk the trailer, parking brake, have somebody with me. Like,
Ugh.
oh, such an idiot.
Well,
So
now at least now you know,
yeah, yeah. So what have you
and
been up
now I
to?
know. Now everybody
Yeah,
knows, I guess.
yeah. So what's been going on with you?
Well, so not much has changed on the pedal car, so I won't dwell on that too much. I actually had to undo a couple things. I had the steering shaft and everything all tacked in place in the right angle that I wanted, because I want the steering wheel to be below the surface of the body, to be
Hmm.
kind of streamlined, have that look. and got that all figured out. And I was putting it together, and I realized that once I put some of the other like arms on the steering shaft, I won't be able to get the steering shaft out. If anybody ever had to, it would be constrained on both sides.
Mm.
The steering wheel will be able to remove, but I won't be able to slide up or slide down with it.
Hmm.
So I was like, well, nuts. So I took, luckily, I mean, that's why it was just tacked together.
Yeah.
I took all that off and I actually split it. So that's going to be a bolt-in part now. The part
Okay.
that actually holds, I'm going to have I'll just show you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's go. Hopefully this thing, my computer's making me nervous after yet last time, but so I have, here, I still have it in the vice. Whoops, loud noises. So I had put this on there and it's got the collar that's going to hold the shaft.
Yeah. Okay.
And the other part of it's going to go down into the front axle. So I had this tack welded in here like that.
Okay.
And then I realized that between the axle and this bracket, there's going to be another arm that comes out 90 degrees from the steering shaft.
Hmm.
And then I wouldn't be able to, if once I did that, I wouldn't be able to get it out. So then I made this a bolt on. And yeah, so that worked out pretty well.
No, that's cool.
And then I don't know, I guess the bigger story is like all this crap. Did I tell you that I had brought a bunch of tools over?
Mm-mm.
So all right, I didn't know when that happened, if we talked about it, if I just didn't mention it, but this is all stuff I had at JD's. So the English wheel,
Oh,
which is the main, my favorite tool ever.
yeah.
So Mittler Brothers English wheel benchtop mount. So that's my new pride and joy. But anyway, I got all this crap everywhere. No garage space hardly ever, or no floor
Love it.
space. I got the
Yeah.
bench out from under the lift just because I've been working. But
Yeah.
so really, the only thing that I've actually done is I've made a purchase too that's not unboxed yet because kids have been sick and all that. But
Hmm.
it's just a box that says Mittler Brothers on it. But I went ahead and pulled the trigger on the. They have a stand that's for that English wheel. So I've had it mounted to the bench forever, or since I've
Hmm.
had it, and it's worked great that way. But now the bench it's always had the welder, but now it's also got I've got the argon bottle underneath it, and it's really heavy.
Hmm.
That bench is really heavy to move around. The English wheel probably weighs, I don't know, 75 pounds, 85 pounds.
Yeah.
So, and it's going to be way up high, and that just makes the bench a little uncomfortable to move around.
Hmm.
So I went ahead and bought the floor stand for it. It's on casters, and it's got a little shelf and some other cool stuff that'll make it's one more thing in here that's going to take up floor space, which I'm not super pumped about.
Hmm.
But at least it's on wheels, and it'll consolidate a lot of the crap I have just floating around, and probably, hopefully, make like a little bit more of a metal shaping like station that I can wheel around. It won't fit under the lift. That's the big bummer. The English
Yeah.
wheel is going to be too tall. So I'm hoping I can fit like at least half. I can fit half of it underneath, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the English wheel might be right up against the ramps of the lift, but
Hmm.
I don't know. It was one of those things I like went over to JD's and got all this crap back here, and I'm just looking at it all like, and then everything else I have hopefully planned in the future. I'm just like starting to like, oh God, I don't know
Yeah.
if this is gonna work. Like, if I had to get rid of something, what would I get rid of? And I'm like, I can't. I don't want to get rid of anything yet.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
mean,
hoping that's the answer.
it brings up kind of a good topic because I was texting with you guys today about kind of garage organization and, workbench and stuff like that. So I'm glad you brought it up as kind of a thing to discuss because now I'm in the phase of like, we're going to a new garage and, I'm just like daydreaming about what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I
I
don't know.
mean, so I don't know if me and JD both really follow pretty closely. I think we've talked about him before. Adam Savage,
Dude, I'm
one of
big
the big,
Adam Savage kick right now.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
he's not like a car guy or anything, but if you want to if you want to geek out on like shop space, that's a good place to start.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
me and JD, and I'm sure most car guys by now have adopted the whole. If you can put everything on wheels, you should.
Hmm.
Like, unless you have a really good reason why it shouldn't be on wheels, i.e., like our conversation earlier about a vice,
Yeah. Yeah.
it makes sense if you're going to really be like heaving on something. You don't want it to be
Hmm.
on wheels, but yeah, I'm a firm believer in it, and especially like I think you're moving to a bigger space, which is great. But for me, going from a 3 car to a 2 car, I was like, oh my god, like, everything on
Mm.
wheels. I don't care. Like kids,
Yeah.
put on roller skates. I don't care. You need to be able to move, like, and get out of my way. I want to be able to. If it's in my way, it needs to be able to get out of my way in no time flat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but with a 3 car, I mean, even if you do that, like you could find like a 3 car could start feeling like a proper shop,
Hmm.
if you play your cards right.
Yeah. I'm debating on doing a loft. We're in Omaha. My father-in-law and I built it from basically we just took threaded steel rod as the stuff or the mechanism to hang from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then basically it just went between the floor joists and
Hmm.
stood on, I think we used like 2x8s or 2x6s.
Yeah.
Uh, and that was nice, just to get stuff up, and be able to
Yeah.
quickly get to it with the ladder. You could, you know,
Did you
I,
have it? Was it above the garage door, or is it just from the ceiling?
it was from the ceiling. We did like an L shape. So basically
Okay.
like this, like kind of the corner I'm in now. Uh,
Yeah.
and it was nice because it was, tall enough that you could walk underneath and I could hang lights underneath
Yeah.
the loft, which was cool because I don't know. Right now, the garage has like incandescent, screw-in light bulbs, and I got to figure out
Yeah.
the light situation. Which I was going to ask you,
Dude,
what'd you do
you got
for
to
lights?
check some of that out. I'll send you the
Yeah.
link. I got them on Amazon, but the company or people that it was recommended to me, I've actually got a couple spare ones. I could just send them to you.
Oh,
I
yeah. Let
don't
me know
know.
what you want.
I may have accidentally. I'll have to look at if I kept the brackets, but they honestly weren't that much money. I think for all of this, and then it came with like 2 or 3 extras. It was under $200, maybe
Oh,
$150,
yeah. It's way
and
easy.
it's just the right amount of brightness. Everybody makes fun of me. People that family that aren't super into cars or shop space, they
Mhm.
come in here and it's like they tell me like it's brighter than a doctor's office or a surgery room. And honestly, for me anyway, and I have good eyesight, it needs to be that bright for me to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I just hate having like local lights. Like I hate having to have a flashlight or a headlamp or even a spotlight. I was like, it's
Hmm.
easy enough and cheap enough now to run a bunch of LEDs and
Yeah.
have the whole garage perfectly lit with like almost no shadows. Like it's great.
Did you wire it from the sock or the fixtures that were already there?
Yeah, I lucked out in that this garage had two
Hmm.
on either side. So I just ran like it came with like a wiring bundle that I kind of home brewed and I just went the 2 rows of lights are just in line with where those used to be,
Okay.
and just ran wires out. It was a little bit. I'm sure how it meets my standards as far as like clean install.
Yeah.
It may not be perfectly to code. I'm gonna just throw
Okay.
that out,
Yeah.
but it worked. I couldn't figure out a better way to do it other than hardwire them both. And I was sick of running. By then, I was just tired of pulling wire from the lift and the outlets and all that.
Hmm.
So I was like, this will work and it looks good and I know it's safe.
Yeah. We have a, jeez, I don't know if you heard that thunder still
Thunder.
happening. Yeah. But no, it's a walk-in attic from the one of the bedrooms in the closet, and then that goes over the garage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so and it's all
Oh, that'll be,
OSB floors and stuff, so theoretically it should be too
yeah.
difficult to do any of
You
that
should have an
wiring.
easy, if you want to do lights or
Yeah.
um, something, something next that I want to do. So I need to finish my train of thought on like the air compressor and compressed air
Yeah.
because the lift needs it. And I've just been, when I use it, I just have a pancake compressor that I use. But I'm in a hurry because I want, hopefully here in the center, I'm going to put a extension cord reel and an air hose reel.
Hmm.
Um, so the out like 110-volt outlets is annoying here. I've got two, which is nice, but it's only on this wall.
Hmm.
And I keep getting annoyed at myself for not fixing that when I was running wire. But then I remembered like my solution to that was going to be the reel, like a 50-foot reel that will, reach dang near halfway down the driveway if I
Yeah.
install it in the center of the garage.
Yeah. I bought one from Harbor Freight like 5 years ago and I use it like all the time. It's
Yeah,
just the most convenient thing.
yeah. I need to finish that. And then like the compressed air is becoming a problem because it's getting annoying to. I don't have it just always run, so I have to plug it in, let it charge, fill up with air, and then hook it up, and then it's a whole thing. My plan is to have compressed air just permanently routed to the lift, so I can just walk up to it and drop it.
Yeah. Is that what it does? Does it help drop the
The
lift?
compressed air pulls in the safety locks,
Oh, I see. Okay.
so there's an air button on a little valve, and
Hmm.
you raise it up a little bit just to take the pressure off of the locks, the ladders.
Yeah.
Hit the button and it pulls in the locks, and you hold the button down while you're holding the lever down. So it's kind of like
Okay.
I guess in industry they would call that like a two-hand jog almost.
Okay.
So you're
So
not going to accidentally.
it doesn't have like the pull down cables. So my dad's, you have to bump it, get it up off the locks, and then you pull two cables on each side to
Oh
disengage
no,
the. Okay, that's
this
cool.
one you raise it up off the locks and then you just hold the compressed air button down and then lower it. Hold
Okay,
push the lever down in it.
yeah, yeah,
But
fancy.
it's similar though. Like it goes back to like you're not going to accidentally do that. You're not going to accidentally lower it. It takes two
Right.
hands to do it in every
Yeah,
case. So
yeah, yeah.
um,
Um, no, what one thing I found out in the new garage is so it's got a really old electric water heater. Like I think it was 2004. And so we're gonna get rid of that, go tankless gas,
oh
and
okay.
but they wired 220 out to the garage for the water heater. And so I've got
Oh
an outlet for 220. And so like I've always said I wanted to buy a welder this assignment or like this move.
yeah.
So that helps my decisions on what I buy. So
Well, that's some I could go. I could talk about that till I'm blue in the face. So if you have
yeah.
any questions, let me know.
Yeah, we'll have
And I
to
won't even give you a hard time if you want a MIG and not a TIG because I'm not that hardcore. Like there's some guys that are like TIG or nothing. Like
yeah.
for the I was insistent on a TIG because I just wanted to learn TIG. So
Yeah.
can't do that with anything else.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I
what
know
I'd use
from
it for.
being around both like MIG is probably much more convenient to the average
Yeah.
person.
I'm I'm not welding finished products. Yeah, I want to have something if I need to build a bracket or you know,
Yeah.
something just to have kind of a shop welder. Um, and I don't want to go too far into this welding rabbit hole because that's probably a whole
Oh
other
yeah. There'll be
episode.
when you
Yeah.
get there, there'll be plenty of future episodes. I bet.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah,
But
basically I'm just daydreaming all day about how to organize and oh, I know what I was going to bring up. Uh Maybe we can edit out this transition, but I was talking to JD, our friend, for those listening to the podcast, mutual friend, about hardware, and I'm so sick and tired of having just a mismatched, you know,
oh
bucket of bolts that I've
yeah.
collected for 20 years. Uh and so we were talking about different options and you know, obviously the internet says boltnut.com is like the only thing that you can do because every influencer and their mother,
Oh sure, yeah.
uses that. But he brought up a good point. Fastenal makes some pretty good packages that you can buy.
Oh, you
Uh,
want to like buy hardware, like
yeah, I want to be like self-sustained, don't have to go to Ace, have everything I need, and So I'm willing to drop some coin. I just want to do it right, you know?
All right, you don't know it yet, but you're sitting on top of my solution. You want to know what it is?
What's that?
And it needs to be refined.
Oh, oh, nice. Okay.
So I have, so those are just Harbor Freight like small parts bins.
Yep.
But so what I did though a long time ago, and I've reduced my like coffee jar down to like an actual coffee jar. So I'm doing good.
Hmm.
What I did a long time ago, and I'm walking it back a little bit, was if I need a bolt and it's not like I don't need one right now, I am a big fan of McMaster car.
Is that a, what's the brand? McMastercard?
So it's you're gonna there you just got to check this out.
Okay. All right.
It's literally Amazon for anything technical. Write it down and then look at
Okay.
it, and you're never going to be. This is great. I didn't know that you hadn't heard of McMastercard because you're never going to be the same.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
It's
look them
not.
up.
They literally have everything, anything you could think of, probably for especially hardware.
Okay.
I'll preface this by saying they're not the cheapest, but it will get to you if not the next day, no later than 2 days. In most
Hmm.
cases, if you're especially in someplace like St. Louis,
Yeah.
it'll probably be to you next day.
Wow.
It's a I don't want to compare them to Granger, but it's the closest thing I can think of right now.
Okay.
And they have tools and nuts and hardware. Anyway, have a look. Their website is no nonsense, but brilliant, organized, fast.
Yeah.
Also, really good customer service. So when anytime I need something for a project, I tend to just buy it from there. The kicker is if I only need 10, usually you have to buy 25 or even 100.
Ooh.
So it's like,
Yeah.
so that's what I've done is if I need it and I know I need like 25 or 30, I just go ahead and buy the box of 50
Hmm.
and then organize and keep the leftovers.
Yeah.
And I've slowly kind of accumulated, as long as you're staying organized, it's manageable and you end up with that decent hardware store almost.
Yeah. We were talking
You
about,
like you just need to be honest with yourself if it's super bizarre. Like I've made a couple mistakes and bought a bunch of like snap rings. That was a bad
yeah.
move.
Okay.
Nuts, bolts, washers, and stuff like that. Sure, but like I'm not turning over snap rings.
Yeah, no, that's true. Uh, yeah, we were talking about different options for organizing, and at first I was like big on the bin style, just because
Mm-hmm.
I like, to put my hand in it and pull it out type
Yeah,
deal. Uh, but with the fact that we move a lot, I don't know how they would move a bin full of bolts other than dumping it out, putting them in a big bag or something, and screwing up my entire process. So I think I'm landing on the pull-out trays from I
yeah,
think it's Durham trays
yeah.
or
Oh yeah.
Durham.
No,
Yeah,
that's a good. Yeah, that's a good brand.
yeah. So like I said, I'm like willing to invest. I kind of in the like $500 ballpark of to get a startup going.
To get a decent set.
Yeah. So I'm thinking they sell, I think, a 4 or 5 stack, pull out drawer.
Yeah,
Um, and then I think Fastenal, or I'm going to check out this too. They kind of sell, not starter kits, but
yeah,
assortments of different bolts and stuff.
yeah. I
So
know from like at just about everywhere I've worked. Granted, it's corporations, so they've got money, but um, I've always wondered how to apply the same methodology to like a hobbyist because like at work or places that manufacturing facilities, Granger and Fastenal and those folks, yeah, having it all there and in place is one thing, but the beauty of it is that they manage the inventory.
hmm.
They come in and look and see what you're missing and then stock it up and then I assume send you the bill later. Um, but it's like out of you no longer have to worry about it.
Yeah,
Totally not my problem anymore. I know that I'll always have hardware. Make it somebody else's problem. But to do that for a hobbyist, it's like I don't know. I guess I wasn't even sure if Fastenal had like I just need the five. Give me the most common metric and standards kit. Give me a 5 drawer solution to
they
a
do.
hobbyist.
They do. what I like about the boltnut.com is they have the QR code stickers. They
Oh,
go,
that's slick.
yeah, and so you just scan it, pulls it to the website. You know, you order whatever 25 or 50 kit,
Yeah,
uh, reboot. Um, so I need to price it out to see, who's the most affordable, who's the most convenient for restock.
yeah,
But to be honest with you, I'm not building race cars. You know,
yeah,
I I just like the idea of having everything I need here.
yeah,
And it's not going to be a huge kit. It's going to be, you know, half inch to inch and a half long bolts from,
yeah,
7/16 to half inch, 9/16.
yeah. It's
So nothing crazy.
even if you, I will say though, it's gotten so bad. Like anybody who's ever gone to Home Depot or Lowe's to try and find hardware knows exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Even if they do have a spot for it on the shelf, the odds of it containing what you need and not having any of it had been stolen or somebody pushed it through the bag
Hmm.
or accidentally dropped a zinc plated one where there should be stainless, stuff like that. And so like having run into that, like stolen hardware, and I need 25 and somebody poked one through the bag, now I don't have that, and I didn't notice it until I got home.
Hmm.
Then I was like, you know what, I would rather buy 100 of what I needed instead of dealing with this nonsense. And then like locally, I guess I haven't been there in a while, but it used to be Ace was by far the best.
That's where I've been going here. It's kind of a mom and pop's hardware store, but they're Ace affiliates
Yeah,
and they have crazy assortment. But it's still, 20-minute drive there, dork around in the hardware store for half hour and then
yeah,
20-minute drive back. Like that kills a day, when you're trying
yeah,
to be efficient. So yeah, not to
yeah.
say that like I'm never gonna go to a hardware store. I just like the
It would be
idea of
nice to
having,
have the core stuff
yeah.
handy.
And, I'd love to go back through. There's just a bunch of, projects I've done that didn't come with hardware. And then I tried to scrap together bolts that are
Yeah,
mismatched or they're from other projects and they're like not rusty, but, you know,
yeah, just tarnished.
yeah, yeah. So kind of going back through the car and refreshing some of that stuff down the road, I guess. But I don't know. And I just like the idea of having like the organization, just like you said, kind of the proper shop feel.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I want.
If you walk into somebody's garage and they've got a hardware bins like more than your average, yeah, you mean business.
Yeah. Well, let me show you
That's
what I
the new
got.
level. Forget your
You'll,
push button, then you'll have made it.
yeah. Let me see if I can get this thing over. So I use my old toolbox, but like,
Yeah,
look at that. That's just so unorganized.
yeah, but it's not bad.
Bad to my standards.
I was right there too. I had all the bins in a toolbox drawer, but that's another thing that we'll talk about maybe next episode is um, I need to reorganize. I'm not making the most use of my toolbox drawers, but I feel like I'm about out. And honestly, this chest is not that old. I feel like I just bought it. And I'm kicking myself because when we moved here, I consolidated everything pretty well. And
Hmm.
I actually got rid of a toolbox, a tool chest that I had gotten for free because somebody half crushed it with a forklift and I was able to straighten it out.
Oh,
But I let that go for free here once we moved. And I'm like what a dumb thing to do. Why would you ever get rid of a
yeah.
toolbox?
Yeah. It's how somebody asked me the other day, like, oh, you got your new toolbox. You gonna get rid of the old one? No, never.
Yeah, that should have been my answer. But I was so, and I still am. I'm so like anxious and just freaking out about the floor space that I was like, if I don't have a plan, if it's not directly being used, it's gone.
Yeah.
And that was one I think I was a little knee jerk reaction on.
Yeah. Well, you should buy a Harbor Freight US General Series 3. They're real nice.
Part of me too. Another thing that would also really help is like I'm not making the most use of like this part of the garage, especially is really tall, 12 feet. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it'd be nice to have some cabinets. and that could be my solution too. I'm afraid to commit yet because I don't know that I've totally ready to marry my wall arrangement of tools.
Yeah, yeah.
But we'll see.
Hmm.
Welders and toolboxes coming
Yep.
up on an episode of
Yeah. Fast and Slow podcast. Uh, well, I don't have much more from an update point of view.
yeah,
Maybe
that's
keep
I'm
this one
officially
kind of,
sweaty.
yeah, yeah, it's no bueno.
It's not even that bad. I mean, 86, it's up there, but not probably what
That's
you're. The humidity is probably 61, so
yeah, yeah.
low by your standards.
Yeah, it's brutal. But cool. Well, I guess we can shut this one out and
Yeah.
hopefully next time we talk, this thing will be back on the road. And
Okay.
oh, before we go, I kind of impulse bought another action camera. So I've
Oh,
got
really?
the Insta 360, which it's modular. You can basically put in the fisheye 360
Yeah.
lens, and then you can
Okay.
put in a 4K uh, regular, aperture lens. It's great, but it's like that's my outside kind of put on the A-pillar
Yeah.
type camera. And so I've just been kind of mismatching either my cell phone or like I have an old cell phone that I have been using to try to take some videos. And so I bought like a $200 GoPro Mini. And
Okay.
so yeah, that'll be like my in-car purpose built. I've got a roll bar mount on the way. So that'll
Nice.
go like kind of behind me and you can see my feet and my
Oh, yeah.
wheel movement. So
And you can
but
overlay like your steering input and all that on it,
right now it's just
or
GPS.
it'd be G forces and stuff,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. There's a lot of data acquisition stuff I want to do down the road, but for now, like really, what you're looking for is your speed trace. So,
Yeah.
which is it's fine, but you kind of match the speed trace to what your inputs are, and so you can see like I'm too much wheel input, and you can tell because the
Sure.
speed trace doesn't make sense. But anyway, I got that, and the unfortunately the roll bar mount's not going to make it in time, but it came with a helmet mount, so
Oh,
I
cool.
might do a helmet mount just for shits and giggles.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, but so that'll be cool. That'll be something we can talk about on next time.
The helmet might also help you like just confirm like where are you looking as
Yeah,
you're driving.
yeah, I think so. And it's probably going to be down a lot, and what it needs to be is up and out.
Yeah. You need to be
So
looking at the next corner, not
yeah,
not your
yeah, not
hands. Yeah.
not the cone in front of me. So
Ran that one over.
yeah, oh man. Cool. All right, Nate.
Awesome.
We'll close this thing out. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and again, like, subscribe. We don't have any comments, so I'd be interested to see what people's feedback is for the show, and if there's something we're doing really bad, or if there's something that people want to hear. All about the feedback. So, but until next
Sure.
time, we'll catch you later.